To have the guys you're counting on come through the way they did in this game is big. It was huge. It was huge because, look, last night was dreadful. They were 1 for 19 with runners in scoring position, struck out 19 times. It was just a dreadful game to come off of. And then to start the game the way they did, where they were basically shut down for 7 innings, they had the same number of hits that they had errors. They had 2 hits, 2 errors, and then all of a sudden, we saw what happened at the end of the game. They win the series against, a rival in the division, maybe your biggest rival in the division in the Houston Astros. And more importantly, seeing the guys you count on coming up clutch. Julio with a huge base hit. Obviously, somebody you are leaning on. We'll see if there's going to be some carryover, hopefully. Randy Arozarena, just a monster day, obviously, with the grand slam. And then the walk-off walk, just to show some discipline up there and not get too anxious. Swung at a pitch that was up and away out of the zone. You thought, oh boy, here he goes. He's anxious to get this one done and be the hero, and he laid off, and the walk was just as good as a hit, and it was a huge thing. So we'll see if there's carryover, but to have the guys you're counting on come through the way they did in this game is big. We're going to see. I mean, look, even with Bliss in the infield, it was a shaky defensive infield. And he's made some great plays. He's not a guy offensively that you're counting on. At this point, you really don't know what he's going to be. So I don't know that you're going to miss him in the lineup. You're going to miss him on the base paths. He's got speed. He's a guy who can steal bases. Victor Robles is a huge loss because he's an energy guy. All we heard is about how he's loud in the clubhouse in a good way, that he's this energy guy in the clubhouse, and it just spreads, and it infects the rest of the team in a very positive way. He's a very good defensive player. He's a problem on the base paths. He's a nuisance. And he goes up there hacking. He's not a guy who takes walks. He's a guy who goes up there looking to swing. He's aggressive. So that's a big loss. Hopefully it's only 12 weeks. I know they're going to wait and see how it heals. Hopefully surgery won't be necessary. But again, these guys got to pick up the slack. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with the leadoff spot. They've had Julio in that spot 2 out of 3 games. We saw Dylan Moore there once. I don't know if Dan's going to keep it as a fluid situation or if they'd like to just have one guy be that guy until Robles can come back. But yeah, those are 2 big losses. A lot of platooning going on in that infield already. There's going to be even more. The Astros, look, you lost Tucker, you lost Bregman. It's a different looking team. You had, in this series, you had Altuve playing left field one game, playing at second base the other game, and then DH at third. So I don't know if they've got their continuity yet. They're struggling out of the gates, just like a lot of teams are. You got to take advantage of it. Look, you had a 10-game lead in this division last year, and you ended up losing it to the Astros, who won the division. So I can't count them out. Right now, the Rangers look like the biggest threat, if you will, but I'm not going to count out the Astros yet. Pleasant surprise has been some of the work out of the bullpen. Unfortunately, they've been called on a lot early in the season, but Luzardo's been fantastic. Gabe Spire has looked really good, and then Trent Thornton has looked good as well. So three of the arms that we're not used to talking about. We talk about Munoz a lot. We talk about Brash when he's here. Santos, another guy we talk about. These guys we don't talk a ton about, and they're crucial and they're huge to this team. I mean, look, it's hard to single out one guy offensively speaking because the entire offense, for the most part, has struggled with the exception of Polanco. You saw JP come up with a big double today. He'd been scuffling badly. He was working walks, which is good. You want him on base at the bottom of the order, but you'd like to see him come through with a base hit here and there. So his start for me has been a little disappointing because I was really counting on a bounce back. And again, we're 13 games into the season wherever we're at. So I'm not going to look at it as a finished product at this point, but JP's a leader on this team, and it's somebody that they look to. And while you're not counting on him to hit home runs and drive in runs, he's got to be able to produce when the situation calls for it. So for me, that slow start's been a bit disappointing, but hopefully on the heels of today coming up with a big hit, maybe it leads to him relaxing a bit.